All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Back.
Welcome
We're gonna
back!
include that in the edit. Hey guys, welcome back. Behind relationship goals.
Sino ba tong kausap ko?
Episode number 6. 6 episodes in, and I'm still messing up the intro.
I know, surprisingly, we haven't missed an episode.
We haven't. We haven't. Is this episode 6? Episode 5.
Huh? 5.
Yeah, episode 5 completely botched the intro, but we're keeping it. We keep it real that way.
Yeah. So, okay, it is still January,
Mhm.
and we haven't even talked about our New Year's resolutions yet.
Do I do New Year's resolutions?
No, but we still want to come up with one.
Okay.
Sa
Okay.
pilitan.
Yeah, if I were to think of a resolution off the top of my head, I would say that I will minimize my in-app purchases on my games.
When you mean minimize, you'll stick to our budget.
Yeah. No, minimize.
Okay, so just so that people know, when it comes to games, we have a monthly budget for it because we don't
Which-
spend on anything else.
Yes, it's a monthly budget.
We won't tell you what it is.
Yeah, but I never seem to get below it. I'm always
Hi.
above it, sometimes times 2, times 3. So my resolution is to minimize it.
If we're
I'm
gonna
not saying I'm gonna go under the budget.
go back to our previous topic, fighting, I think this is one of the things that we don't fight about, but we discuss a
It's a
lot
point
about.
of frustration for both of us.
Yes.
Even for me, it's bittersweet. It's sweet because, man, I love spending on those games.
No,
that
you just get
in-app
so far ahead.
currencies.
So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of useless spending on games. But hey, right? Happiness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's about the lightest topic we're going to talk about. Megan prepared a rather heavy a heavy podcast today. What are we talking about?
Well, it's a topic that people have been asking a lot about, and we're about relationships and about the reality behind the expectations. So we're going to talk about cheating today. Ooh, a topic
I have
that
so much experience on
oh
that.
yeah, so much experience, like 0.
Just yesterday, cheated on my game.
Cheating in relationships, mister.
Yeah. So anyway, Bones, how do we go through this topic?
Okay, so cheating is a topic that is not very familiar to Mikael and I, because if you've been listening to the podcast and our recent episodes, you would know that we're very honest with each other. We try not to put ourselves in situations na, the other person would get jealous or feel hurt about. So in general, we do not have experience with cheating.
Yeah, I guess monogamy is high on our list,
Yes.
and yeah, it doesn't. It comes naturally to both of us.
Yeah, we're very
Fortunately.
loyal. We're very loyal to each other. And I've never cheated on you, just so you know, and just so everybody else there knows. And have you cheated on me?
I'm not sure. Let me think about it first. Next question.
So, okay, hold on. Are you thinking about it because you're not sure of what cheating is in general?
Okay, yeah. Why don't we get that through? Look,
Why
I'm
don't we just talk about
I'm
that?
having fun with this very heavy topic only because I'm not guilty. So, or maybe this is just my cover up. But anyway, yeah.
Ah.
What is cheating for you?
Okay, so there are a lot of levels now of cheating.
What is cheating for you?
For me, cheating is emotional and physical.
Okay. Which is worse?
Both.
Both.
Both are they're on the same level for me. There's no lesser evil. They're just they're bad things. They're both bad.
On my end, cheating is emotional and physical as well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's differentiate the two. Emotional would be falling for somebody else other than your partner.
Physical is like
Getting
kissing, the act, whatever else.
Yes. I think for me kissing is cheating na.
Yeah, of course.
Kissing is cheating.
Then I've cheated on you around 9 times.
Ako siguro mga 4. Kissing scenes.
My kissing scenes 10 times, maybe even more.
I don't know.
Si Andrea Torres, oh.
Oy, Andrea, joke. Oy, Janine, joke.
Janine, loko ka ha.
Loko ka.
No, but anyway, on a more serious note, yeah, emotional and physical is definitely a form of cheating. I think that more often than not, when someone cheats, they try to justify it by saying it's just physical. Or when someone cheats, they say, oh, there was no physical deed. It's just emotional, so it's not cheating. So I think the reason why there became two categories is that people were trying to, reason their way out of the act.
Dude, if it's not your partner, then it's cheating. Okay, if you're doing something and you're not telling your partner about it, there's something wrong there in that picture. Like if you don't have the guts to be honest to your partner, if you're hanging out with somebody, even if you're not doing anything, then something is up. Something's fishy there.
Yeah, but you know what, Bones, let's delve deeper, okay? So I've thought about this several times.
Okay.
I have friends and people who I'm very close to who, I guess, they're polygamous. So monogamy and polygamy, I think they're two very real concepts. And I think that some people believe in one or the other. I mean, obviously, I'm for monogamy, possibly partly because that's how I was raised. Another part because of the Catholic values
Yeah.
that I went through as I was growing up. And three is by choice. Eventually, I learned to decipher these values, think about it. Do they fit me? Do I want them? And I decided that yes, I want them. But I think that there are others who think differently. And here is the hot take from my end. I think that is okay.
Yeah, we did have a conversation about this before. You asked me, what if we were put in a situation where, diba, may pros and cons? If you had to choose to be with one person for the rest of your life, the pro is that you could learn so much from this one person and you could grow together from the beginning. And then the other option would be if you were to be with multiple people, you would not have somebody to grow with, but you would learn so much from different people. You would have so much experiences from all these people.
That's
So what
cool.
would you
Yes,
choose?
That's true. Wait, okay, yeah. So the concept Megan is referring to is basically the concept of quantity versus quality. And at the end of the day, most people would say quality is always better, but that isn't always the case. So even when it comes to relationships, I think that principle holds true. Me being with Megan for 8 years, we've grown, created our own experiences, created an individual entity around us as a couple. And that's very strong. That's
Yeah.
extremely strong.
Yeah.
The growth there is extremely strong. And you would not have had this if you had multiple partners or if you were
Exactly.
always jumping from partner to partner, different people. But then again, Megan also mentioned that you have, when you expose yourself to different people and kahit papano, may investment pa rin, may growth pa rin.
Yes.
Dude, I think that would be also fun. That's super cool. You would learn so much. The quality would be very different from being with just one person.
Yes.
But it is there.
And the person that you are when you're with one person and when you meet different people is different
Yeah.
because you get many experiences from them and you learn from them from different things. But my take on that is, why can't I just be with one person and then learn from other people being friends? Like, I don't have to be with them romantically.
Oh no, iba yan.
Iba.
Kasi when you're
Iba yung
invested,
depth.
yeah, iba yung depth of a friend lang.
Okay.
And someone who you're romantically and emotionally involved and invested with. But there are pitfalls to both. I mean, for monogamy or having just one partner, it could grow stagnant. Diba? I mean, your relationship
plateau.
could plateau without knowing it. You don't know
Yeah.
what to do. The motivation is not there. And for polygamy, for having multiple partners, it's also different.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, mapapagod ka. Dude, the whole cycle of going through that, getting to know you phase, the
the
honeymoon phase, the
beginning,
fighting,
yeah.
over and over
And
and
having
over
to introduce
again.
yourself to all these different people.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine it. Nakakapagod yun. And I'm sure the people out there who have gone through a lot of different partners already. I'm sure they can attest to that. It's difficult, and as you get older, you're just meeting people with more experiences, but at the same time more baggage.
Oh yeah, this is something that the baggage part.
Yeah, diba? That's hard.
So we met each other when I was 20 and you were 22, and we didn't have much life experience. But as the years passed by, we
We went through trials,
We
life
went-
trials,
yeah,
our
like-
own problems.
ups and like really low lows with each other.
Yeah, but the beautiful thing about that was Megan and I grew out of those problems together.
Yes.
So
we
that-
helped each other out.
Yeah, but if I had met Megan like 5 years later when I'm 35 when she's 33, she had gone through those problems and I wasn't there. So parang it's her own experience.
Also, I would have to explain to you, or like at some point, we would have to try to understand each other. Like, saan ba nanggagaling tong taong to? Why is my partner reacting this way? Because we don't have that background.
Yeah.
Because we didn't experience it with each other.
Yeah, so hindi mo maintindihan kung saan yung pinanggagalingan ng partner mo.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, yeah, that's our take on monogamy. My take, at least, on monogamy and polygamy. At least just scratching the surface. I mean, that's quite a topic to discuss. But let's go back to cheating. I'm curious. Have you ever been cheated on? I know the answer.
I cannot confirm nor deny it. Only because, okay, so I've been in...
I would say yes, but I'm not completely sure.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've been in a couple relationships before Mikael, around two. No,
I
three.
know of one.
3.
Kidding, go.
I've been like, Mikael's my 4th boyfriend. Pero yung iba parang sandali lang, like a year, tapos yung iba like...
Shota.
Shot.
Anyway, go lang.
And I was quite young at that time. And when you're young, like people will only tell you, oh yeah, I saw like your boyfriend with somebody, and then you ask them and they're like, no. And then voila, I mean, you just break it off. And we were all like pretty young at that time. So for me, it's just like whatever na lang. At that time, of course, like when I was younger, like, oh, this person cheated on me, blah, 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 even though I wasn't even sure of it. But now it's just like, okay, I guess it turned out for the better that the relationship went down the drain. Because I have you. Pabebe na.
For
Have
me,
you ever been cheated on?
I don't think, not that I know of. I
'Cause you
don't think
only-
I've ever been cheated on.
You've been in
and
2 relationships before me.
before you, yeah, and I've never cheated on someone. So, yeah.
Did you have any doubts when you were with your 2 past relationships?
When I was with you,
Not. We'll get to that later.
did I have any doubts? Maybe in my first or second. Yeah. No, I would say I have doubts, but the doubts did not stem from the kind of people I was with. Doubts stemmed from the fact that I was a newbie to relationships, and I didn't know how to feel.
Same. Like, I think it would be, I was more jealous when I was younger, and I didn't know how to give my time. So
Yeah, or like when, let's say, parang, okay, a simple thing, okay? This is an example. I don't know if it really happened to me, but let's say I was with my first girlfriend and she went out without me.
Mhm.
Because that was my first time to experience a girlfriend. First girlfriend, she went out without me. What do I see in the movies? Something happens to the girls in the
May
movies.
kasama siyang
So, diba, may
iba.
assumptions na ako. And these are constructs that are brought upon by social media,
Yeah.
or forms of media, actually.
Yeah.
So, hindi mo maiiwasan. I mean, you have to go through that. These are the growing pains of getting into a
Exactly.
relationship. I think it would be weird if you
didn't
if you
experience
didn't
it.
experience
If
that.
you were
Like,
numb to it.
Did you grow up in a cave? Are you numb? Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
Diba? Bato ka ba? So normal naman yun. So it wasn't because of my girlfriends. It was more because of me, and I was growing and trying to find out what kind of person I was in a relationship.
Same.
So I think if you're aware of that, or if someone makes you aware of that, that will help you immensely. Because I think most people go through this. I think almost everyone goes through it. But syempre, in the moment, you're never aware of ano tong feeling na to. Kasi syempre, when I thought that she could possibly cheat, I was just feeling anger, frustration,
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Nothing else. It was just like a mess of emotions.
I think now that I look back on it, the person that I was before, I think I would have to admit na I wasn't a really sweet person. Like I wasn't sweet to my
Oh, she wasn't malambing at all.
at all.
Don't
Like I
worry, I
wasn't
will attest to that. Okay, I am evidence. Megan wasn't super sweet at
I wasn't
first.
sweet. And even with my ex-boyfriends, now that I think about it, I wasn't sweet, and I guess I didn't give enough time. So I'm not saying that they cheated on me, but it might have drawn them away from me because they felt like, oh, maybe she doesn't really care that much about me. So I'm analyzing myself here.
Yeah. I have a story. It was our first year together, and we getting to know each other. We were in, I think, Megan's house, and she told me that she hated being hugged. She hated when people were very physically affectionate with her and everything.
I would even push Lauren and Victor, like if we were sleeping beside each other on the bed.
Yeah, yung spooning type.
Oh, I hated it. Like
She
when Lauren
hated
would
that.
be beside me and she'd hug me, like cuddle me, I'd push her. Like
Oh,
I'd push her.
and then one time, sinubukan ko. Eh, nagustuhan niya. Yeah!
Hug lang pala.
Yun lang pala. Kailangan sweet lang pala.
Mm.
So, slowly, Megan became affectionate. Sometimes, hindi marunong maglambing kasi ibang tao eh.
You just have to teach them how to be malambing.
Magaling ako maglambing.
Wow.
No, but seriously, Megan grew to be affectionate. I'm very physically affectionate. I like, and I'm cariño brutal at the same time.
Yes, you are very much.
So I'm malambing and cariño brutal at the same time. So always very physical and touchy and whatever. But yeah, we've deviated again.
So okay, flirting. Where does it all? Flirting, cheating. I think starts with a bit of flirting. But like, what is flirting for some people? Because
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be necessarily cheating, but you're definitely flirting with somebody. Diba?
What do you think about that?
Okay, well. Okay, Mikael's he's naturally a flirty person. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You just have.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you're very malambing. And you're very talkative. And it could come off sometimes as being flirty.
And I think that most of my friends would agree with that.
Yeah. Like you draw people towards you with your energy, with the way that you talk to people. And I guess some people aren't used to somebody being so engaging. Like you're very engaging, especially when it's a good conversation. And let's put you in a situation where you're talking to a girl, she's pretty, and you're having a really good conversation. And you could be so into it that I told you this before. Don't be like, you need to have your boundaries because she could think that you like her with the way that you are as a person.
Okay, fine. Let's just tell that story. This is a story. I was hosting a gig, and there was a female co-host with me. And
okay.
for me, I like conversation. I like conversation, and I get very excited when the person who I engage in conversation with is very willing and very open. Because I'm very open from the get-go. I get to open. I like talking about different things, and I don't like small talk. So if we're talking, and we've been talking for a long time, that means we're having good and fun conversation. I'm telling stories, and you're telling stories, and we're both learning from it. Hindi parang, hey, how are you? How's your cat? How's your dog? Ano to?
Anong
Diba?
trabaho
Huwag na tayo
mo?
mag-uusap. Hindi na tayo mag-uusap kung ganun. So, syempre, when it's engaging conversation, kahit papano, there's you're giving a part of yourself when
You're giving a part of
stories,
yourself to this person.
And when the person gives back, when the person gives back, thank you. When the person gives back, then a connection develops. And to a certain extent, most or some people could call that flirting. But at the same time, that's always how I talk to everyone, even dudes.
You're flirting with dudes.
So, I mean, geez, if you see how Mark Abaya and I talk from the get-go, I mean, we're like, uy, grabe naman yung dalawang to.
Like you guys are
Mark,
like,
all the love you so much.
it's like you're butting heads already, like when you're talking.
Yeah, and we're so intense. But that's how I am with the ladies, and that's how I am with the dudes.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's just you as a person. And
it's just me as a person. But getting back to that event where I was with the female co-host, I think that female co-host felt about that what she felt about that conversation was a bit different, because I guess maybe she felt there was a romantic spark. And I could imagine why she would think that, because
Yeah.
it is a very engaged conversation.
Yeah.
So, and she was very aggressive in a way. Not
Cute,
aggressive, but
cute
she was open. She was
Cute
open. Thank
kay.
you. I'll take it. So she texted that night.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
She wanted to go out.
She
No,
messaged.
she wanted to get a beer. Yun, she wanted to get a beer. And then I showed Megan and I was like, so I'm gonna go get a beer now. No, I'm kidding. I just showed Megan. What did I do
Ah.
after?
Well, we were like, huh? And then I think that's when we talked about the conversation that you had, and then we went over it, and we're just like, oh, she probably read it differently.
Yeah, yeah. And it happens. It really does. I mean, people always have different perspectives and come from different places. So, hindi mo talaga matatansya. I will be real. I don't think I feel the need to adjust.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, not everyone can understand you. You'll always be misconstrued eventually, one way or another. So, I'll just take the hits when they come. And I'm sure I'll encounter some other situations similar to that.
The important thing was that you told me about it.
Yeah, I did tell Megan right away. I mean, she was with me, and I just showed her my phone. I was like, hey, it wasn't a big deal for me because there was no bad intent on my part kasi.
Yeah.
So it was easy for me to be clear. I mean, syempre, pwede ko sabihin, uy, cute ko, panis. But I mean, sa totoo lang, it was just nothing.
GG easy.
Diba?
Joke.
I could easily make it just make it something fun. A fun topic to talk about. A
Yeah.
funny topic to talk about between the two of us.
It's like me forgetting your birthday. We just make it fun.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so going back to cheating, what constitutes as cheating nowadays? Because we have the emotional part, we have the physical part, but then we have social media. So there are things now like DMs or liking photos or following people.
I got an answer finally. I've been thinking about this. Because of that story, I think the answer to that is intent. If you're a person and you're being who you are, and maybe that's very engaging, or maybe you're very flirty or really very sweet to people, that's okay. But if the intent is different, if you're being engaging and using your personality to see if this person will romantically link up, fall for you,
Yeah.
or romantically feel a spark, and you're trying to create that, then okay,
Your intention is different.
your intention is different. That's tantamount, I would say, to cheating.
Yeah.
But if it just so happens na it came out as you're being you,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess to a certain extent, it may be okay. There are exceptions because some people medyo abusive na talaga yung personality. Kailangan yung personality na nila yung magbago.
Yeah, because I have some friends that don't like it when their boyfriends follow girls that like look sexy on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Things like that. And ako, it's for me, like Mikael follows a bunch of like really like pretty and sexy ladies on
Excellent.
Instagram. Yeah. Hey, sauce. But for me, it's okay. Only because I know that he doesn't try to sneakily message them or like have that
How do
intention.
you know I ain't sliding Selena DM, yo?
I know your password. I'm kidding. But yeah, I know that if he's gonna message somebody, he'll be like, "Ooh, I want to like." He told me one time, "I wanna message this athlete that I follow. She's an Olympian, and I want to ask her who her trainer is. Would that be like creepy?" And I said, "Just go for it." But I know he doesn't try to message people without telling me.
Okay, but wait. Okay, I've been telling a lot of stories. What about you? I mean, have you ever felt like cheating? How are you on flirting? How is your personality?
Okay, so my personality is, since I'm very loyal to Mikael.
Hey.
So I'm very the way that I am in relationships is that if I'm with somebody, I try not to put myself in a situation na I know that Mikael would be upset.
Yeah, but
And
what is flirting to you?
flirting to me would be like you having that other intention. Like if I was talking to a guy, I have a lot of guy friends, but it's not like I talk to them in a way na I'm not going to talk about romantic stuff to the point na, hey, this is me. I'm putting myself out there for you. I always talk about Mikael. I make sure that I mention you in my conversations with other guys, just so that they get an idea that, hey, this girl is not available, that she's with somebody, and it's purely friendship. And to be
Okay,
honest,
so you're very defensive.
only if he
Because I'm
starts.
offensive. No, I'm just saying like opposite. Like I don't feel the need to mention you.
Only okay. So
I'll be honest about that.
I think it's different when it comes to guys and girls. Because
Okay,
like you
why is
said,
that?
there are some guys that really try to like push your buttons even if you're with somebody. Okay, so for us girls, there has to be that some sort of defense, like back off. But in a nice like I try to make it in a nice way, especially if I don't know
Okay.
the person. Like if this guy is a friend of a friend. So if they try to like drop some hints, I'll be like, yeah, my boyfriend and I like we love coffee, blah blah blah. So I'll start
So
talking.
ano yung mga hints na yun?
Yun nga, like I'll mention you like
No,
yeah.
ano yung hints na yung the guy is... What are the trigger points for you to go on the defensive?
Only because I'm prenning when it comes to other guys, and I'm kind of like scared of being alone with one guy, even though it's like just a conversation, because I don't want him to think that I'm available.
Okay.
I see like his body language if we're in a group, if he's just like focused on me, or if he asks like weird questions.
Like?
I don't really remember because I don't really put myself out there anyways.
Ba yan? Corny naman.
Super corny, fofo. I'm not flirty. Remember,
Oh, you're not flirty?
I'm not flirty at all. I'm not malambing. Before I met you, nobody was courting me. So
You want me to say names?
no, fofo, wala.
Meron.
Wala.
Okay. Megan thinks that she isn't flirty, but to a certain extent, she really is.
How am I flirty?
You're engaging, and you're not malambing, but you're physical. You do have a certain physicality to you, which I guess guys can misconstrue as, oh wow, she touched me on the back or on the shoulder.
Oh, so okay. So when it comes to you, it's how your personality is engaging. For me, it's how like I touch like the shoulder or like.
Or no, not just physical. Also with the way you talk, converse, and engage. I mean, maybe not to the extent that I engage
Okay.
or that I invest in conversation, but meron pa rin naman. It's not like you're a dead fish when you meet other guys, you know.
So as usual, I went on Instagram and I asked a bunch of people questions about cheating, since we're not experts in this field. And somebody said, how do you keep it strong when your partner has cheated? How do you forgive them? Well, okay. Can we say it from our experience first?
Okay, go.
When Mikael and I first got together, we talked about cheating and what would happen if one of us cheated on each other.
Mm-hmm.
And what we said was that if one person cheats, wala na.
Okay, yeah.
And up until this day, we haven't cheated on each other, and hopefully it doesn't happen in the future. It will not happen. So yeah, that was our deal with each other. And one of the reasons why we made that deal is because if you cheat on your partner, or if we cheated on each other, then that means the relationship doesn't mean anything anymore to you. The relationship has
It
gone.
wasn't strong enough.
It wasn't strong enough.
And yeah, I guess for me, I mean, it's a signal. It's a signal that it wasn't strong enough. Just break it off then and there. There might have been some very major problems that you could or could not have been aware of. But yeah, I guess that's how we saw it. It was a break point. It was a trigger point. So you pass this is the fuse, you pop the fuse, and it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Tapos na. But on the flip side, the second question to that is, how do you forgive them? Because, you know, for some people, that isn't their break point.
Yeah.
And that is a reality. I think that if ever forgiveness is in the books, then you'll have to move past it completely.
Yeah, it's something that you'll have to forgive and probably forget.
Yeah, because if you hold that over the cheater's head or vice versa,
Your
then
relationship is going to go
that's going to be the
downhill.
saddest relationship ever. Like, you should just break up. But if you're going to forgive them, then you forgive fully
Mm.
and forget.
No more grudges. Like
No
you
more
talk about
grudges
it
na.
and you learn from it. Because I've had friends that have cheated on their partner and then they went through a really, really rough patch. But then they decided that they would work it out. And, you know, the relationship is better than it has ever been.
Yeah, kaya naman. Really just depends. It's a case-to-case basis. But yeah, you forgive fully and forget.
Okay.
Next question.
How to handle a person na nagsawa at nauumay na sa relationship? What's nagsawa at nauumay for the English listeners?
Just lost
Who are
the
getting
passion.
tired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lost the excitement in the relationship. They've
Yeah.
gotten tired of the relationship. It's gone stale.
Yeah. How do you handle that relationship?
Well, can I be blunt?
Yeah.
Breaking up is a possibility.
Okay, so have we ever reached that point? Have you ever reached that point with us?
I think there was a point with you, which we will discuss in another podcast, if we had broken up or not. Yes or no? That's our teaser.
Oh.
I guess there was a point where I was trying to figure out if I was going to continue growing with you or if you were going to continue growing with me.
Yeah.
So I really thought about that. I thought that would probably be the weakest point in our relationship, the point where I was on the fence and I had to decide, is this relationship worth
Fighting
growing
for,
with and
yeah.
fighting for, or is this the end of the line? Should I move on?
That was one of our biggest fights.
Yeah, that
ever.
was one of our biggest fights. So yeah, that's for another podcast.
Okay. One of our friends sent in this question. What's worse? Your partner cheating on you with multiple people or with one person for a long period of time?
I wouldn't choose. I think
There's no lesser evil. They're
there's
both
no lesser
really
evil.
bad.
Yeah, I'd say they're both bad, and at the same time, case-to-case basis. So yeah, that's it.
It's both wrong for
Yeah.
me.
I don't see the need to dive into that question.
Somebody asked, is it still cheating if somebody's courting you, but they're flirting with other people?
Ooh.
Not necessarily cheating, but just I think it would be more of a cautious thing. Be cautious.
I think this is a communication problem because I think when you're dating someone, there is a point where you feel yung feeling ng exclusivity nandun.
Yeah.
Pero yung communication na exclusive tayo, wala pa. So for some guys or some girls, sometimes yung feeling nandun, pero dahil hindi naman nako-communicate, sige, I'll just flirt with other people. So in a certain way, that's wrong. And it's disrespectful. Diba? Kasi if the way you're dating and relating to one another is already headed towards exclusivity and the real partnership, then don't disrespect that. Pero if it's really just casual and the other person just thinks differently, then okay, sige, hindi lang kayo magka-wavelength. Pero kung exclusive talaga yung feeling and hindi na communicate, then I would say that's a certain kind of cheating for me.
I think you just need to be clear with each other early on, like what kind of relationship you're having. Are you gonna play it in the field? Are you gonna be having an open relationship, or are you guys gonna be exclusively dating? Yun lang.
Yeah, that helps also. That helps. That kind of communication helps. And I like this one. Is it bad to snoop on my partner's FB account? Well, my FB account is completely free for Megan to hack at any time, unfortunately.
Wink, wink. I even it's funny because like I reply for Mikael a lot. Like he'll be doing
What?
No, like he'll be like, "Oh, can you text this person
How
for me?"
dare you?
So of course I'll see your messages.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
For me, I mean, it's fine. There's nothing to hide. If you have something to hide and then your partner snoops and you get mad, I see why you're angry because you're hiding something.
Yeah, like I said, openness and honesty that's a pillar of our relationship. So it's not a problem if she snoops around every single messaging app that I have.
Although, to be fair, I don't feel the need to look at your messages anyways. So,
Neither do I have the need to look at your messages.
yeah, I just look at your pictures and what you took for the day.
All right, and I think that ends one of the heaviest podcasts we have had.
Is it really heavy?
I don't know, for me, because the topic is heavy, but I'm glad we got through it. However, pambawi, I am surprising Megan with this. The following podcasts, the following episodes, I would like to put a spin on behind relationship goals because part of our relationship is food, coffee, travel, tech, games. So I would like to have special edition podcasts where we dive into these interests that have basically formed our relationship.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, we did mention this before, that bonus episodes, but we have to actually record them, Fofo.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. So, yeah, coming up very, very soon on the podcast, we'll be talking about our other interests. Of course, not just relationship related.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Life related too.
yeah, I'm excited for the travel and coffee. My
Oh,
God,
gosh.
you're gonna see us geek out on travel, coffee, tech, and games. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, if you guys have any comments, don't forget to message us at Megan Bata and at Mikael Daes. And if you have comments, make sure you use the hashtag.
Yeah, and guys,
Wait, you didn't say the hashtag.
Oh, the hashtag is behind relationship goals.
And
I don't remember the next
Bones
one.
Fofo podcast.
There you go. And I would just like to say thank you so much because this podcast episode was sponsored by no one.
By us.
Yeah, hey, you never know. Maybe next time there would be a sponsor. Come on, guys. No, but either way, we're having fun doing it. So, yeah, see you.
Bye.
Bye. Timer start. 3, 2, 1.
Narinig ba yung clap? Narinig ba yun?
No. No.
Hold my mic nga.
Hindi naman kailangan.
Kailangan sa edit. Ka ba nag-edit?